Corporate level strategy.
A corporate level strategy is specific action a firm takes to gain a competitive advantage by selecting and managing a group of different businesses competing in different product markets. Corporate level strategy helps companies to select new strategic positions that are expected to increase the firm value. Level of diversification. 1. Low levels of diversification. 2. Moderate to high level of diversification. 3. Very high level of diversification. Reason for diversification. 1. Value creating diversification. Economic of scope related diversification is sharing activities and transferring core competence. Market powers related diversification is blocking competitors through multi-point competition and vertical integration. Financial economics unrelated diversification is efficient internal capital allocation and business restructuring. 2. Value neutral diversification are antitrust regulation, tax law performance, uncertain future cash flow, risk reduction to firm, tangible research, and intangible research. 3. Value reducing diversification is diversifying managerial employee risk and increasing managerial compensation.
Value creating diversification, related constraint and related link diversification. With the related diversification corporate level strategy, the firm builds upon or extend its resources and capabilities to build a competitive advantage by creating value for customer. Economies of scope are cost saving a firm creates by successfully sharing resources and capabilities or transferring one or more corporate level core competencies that were developed in one of its business to another of its business. Operational relatedness sharing activities. Firms can create operational relatedness by sharing either a primary activity or a support activity. Firm using the related constraint diversification strategy share activities in order to create value. Corporate relatedness transferring of core competencies. Corporate level core competencies are a complex set of resources and capabilities that link different business, primarily through managerial and technological knowledge, experience, and expertise. Firms seeking to create value through corporate relatedness using the related link diversification strategy. In at least two ways, the related link diversification strategy helps firms to create value.
Market power exists when a firm is able to sell its product above the existing competitive level or to reduce the cost of its primary and support activities below the competitive level, or both.
Market power is gained as the firm develops the ability to save on its operation, avoid sourcing and market costs, improve product quality, possibly protect its technology from imitation by rival, and potentially exploit underlying capabilities in the marketplace.
Multi-point competition exists when two or more diversified firms simultaneously compete in the same product areas or geographical markets.
Vertical integration exists when a company produces its own input or backward integration or owns its own source of output distribution or forward integration. Vertical integration is commonly used in the firm's core business to gain market power over rivals. Unrelated diversification. Financial economies are cost-saving realized through improved allocation of financial resources based on the investment inside or outside the firm. Efficient internal capital allocation can lead to financial economies. Efficient internal capital allocation reduces risk among the firm business. Efficient internal capital market allocation. In a market economy, capital markets are believed to efficiently allocate capital. Efficiency results as investors take equity position or ownership with the high expected future cash flow value. Restructuring of assets. Financial economies can also be created when firms learn how to create value by buying, restructuring, and then selling the restructured company's asset in the external market. As in the real estate business, buying assets at low prices, restructuring them, and selling them at a price that exceeds their own generates a positive return on the firm's invested capital.
Next is value-neutral diversification, incentives, and resources. The objectives firms seek when using related diversification and unrelated diversification strategies all have the potential to help the firm create value through the corporate level strategy. However, the strategies, as well as single and dominant business diversification strategies, are sometimes used with objectives that are value neutral. Different incentives to diversify sometimes exist, and the quality of the firm's resources may permit only diversification that is value neutral rather than value creating. Incentives to diversify. Incentives to diversify come from both external environment and the firm's internal environment, includes 1. Antitrust regulation and tax laws. Government antitrust policies and tax laws provided incentives for firms to diversify. Antitrust laws prohibiting mergers that created increased market power via either vertical or horizontal integration were stringently enforced. Moreover, the tax effects of diversification stem not only from corporate tax changes, but also from individual tax rates. 2. Low performance. Some research shows that low returns are related to greater levels of diversification. If high performance eliminates the need for greater diversification, then the low performance may provide an incentive for diversification. 3. Uncertain future cash flows. As a firm's product line matures or is threatened, diversification may be an important defensive strategy. Small firms and companies in mature or maturing industries sometimes find it necessary to diversify for long-term survival. Diversifying into other product markets or into other businesses can reduce the uncertainty about a firm's future cash flows. 4. Synergy and firm risk reduction. Diversified firms pursuing economies of scope often have investments that are too inflexible to realize synergy among business units. As a result, a number of problems may arise. Synergy exists when the value created by business units working together exceeds the value that those same units create working independently. However, as a firm increases its relatedness among business units, it also increases its risk. Resources and diversification. A firm must have the types and levels of resources and capabilities needed to successfully use a corporate-level diversification strategy. Although both tangible and intangible resources facilitate diversification, they vary in their ability to create value. Tangible resources usually include the plant and equipment necessary to produce a product and tend to be less flexible assets. On the other hand, intangible resources are more flexible than tangible physical assets in facilitating diversification. Value-reducing diversification. Managerial motives to diversify. Top-level executives may diversify in order to diversify their own employment risk, as long as profitability does not suffer excessively. Diversification adds benefit to top-level managers but not shareholders, and the strategy may be held in check by governance mechanisms or concerns for one's reputation.
For now, we will focus on the case study. If you look at the actual business practices in Indonesia, Citicorp could be the implementation representative of diversification strategy. Khairul Tanjung Corporation is a conglomerate firm. Citicorp may sound unfamiliar for several people. Yet, if we talk about Megabank, Trans Studio, Trans TV, Detikcom, or Transmart, we must have heard one of them. In the first era, this business was established in 1987 by Mr. Khairul Tanjung, formerly known as Para Group. This business began with children's footwear manufacture export. In 1996, Citicorp acquired Megabank. After several years, Megabank slowly became the most significant funding source for Citicorp, with its contribution of around 40%. Not only that, but Mr. Khairul Tanjung also focuses his business in the multimedia field by establishing Trans TV, one of Indonesia's leading private TV stations. On the 1st of December 2011, Khairul Tanjung inaugurated the Para Group, changed to Citicorp. Citicorp has pursued a strategy of related diversification, beginning with its original children's footwear manufacture export. Now Citicorp has diversified into 3 sub-holding companies: Megacorp, Transcorp, and Citi Global Resources, which include financial services, media, retail, lifestyle, entertainment, and natural resources. To strengthen the diversification strategy, Citicorp do several implementations. The first one, at Carrefour, the customer that uses Megabank deserve the 10% discount. Second, Carrefour, Megabank, and Trans Studio are only advertised at Transmedia. Third, shopping at Carrefour has a chance to get a Trans Studio entrance ticket. There are many strategies that Citicorp used to gain the market. All of those strategies, such as diversification, gave the beneficial and proved profitable for each sub-company. As their success in several sub-companies, they will keep expanding and innovating their business. Second case study.
Nestle has a primary listing on the Swiss exchange and is constituent of the Swiss Market Index. In 2011, Nestle was listed number 1 in the Fortune Global 500 as the world's most profitable corporation. It is quite important to present Nestle internal resource when analyzing company strategic position. The key strengths and weakness. Nestle chairman and CEO Paul Bulcke had set Nestle on the path of achieving worldwide sustainable competitiveness through the following strategic pillars, such as low cost, highly efficient operation, renovation and innovation of the Nestle product line, universal availability and ability to custom product to the local market condition. The company has large R&D network of any food company in the world. However, there are still few weaknesses the company has to take into consideration, such as the history of product recalls, questionable reputation and shady deal-making, allegation of unethical conduct, product consideration in many areas have been viewed as unhealthy and also lower margin. Nestle LC1 division was not as successful as it has been thought it would. The growth in the organic food sales division was flat since 2008. Breakfast cereal industry has been under fire from the FDA and the American Medical Association, both of which said that false claims of heart healthy and lower cholesterol had to be removed from packaging and advertising. During 2011-2012, Nestle was boosted by strong performance by its so-called billionaires brand, product that generate more than 1 billion Swiss francs a year. As an example, KitKat became the best-selling chocolate bar in Japan, following the successful launch of new flavors including wasabi and limited editor bars, while instant coffee capsule brand Dolce Gusto was a major success around the world. Nestle's long-term corporate objectives are to be recognized as the world's largest and best brand for food manufacturer and leader in nutrition, health and wellness, trusted by all its stakeholders, whilst ensuring that the Nestle name is synonymous with the product of the highest quality as well as achieving this of Nestle model, a term which refers to Nestle's objective of organic growth between 4% and 6% each year, continue year after year improvement in earning before interest and tax. In recent years, the company has pursued a policy of expansion and diversification, brand differentiate into specific product groups like baby foods, bottled water, coffee, drinks, food service, sport nutrition, and waste management, through acquisition and divestment to achieve a more balanced structure to the business. As an example, Nestle 2012 acquisition of Pfizer Nutrition, enhancing its position in global infant nutrition. To stay ahead of the competition, Nestle centralized expertise in the system technology. Nestle has marked recently the official opening of a new system technology center in Switzerland that brings together on one side the expertise used to combine product, capsule, and machines such as those used in the Nespresso and Nescafe Dolce Gusto beverage system that will significantly affect the company profit in the future.